Hello.
Hi.
Today is very nice outside.
Yeah.
And we were very tired because we've been doing laundry.
Yes.
And then we decided to share upon our experience about living in a construction site.
Especially while you're 39 and a half weeks pregnant.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess we'll kind of share on some downsides. So this is going to be a very down.
Well, you know what? There's going to be a lot of upsides to it.
No, there is a lot of upsides, but like I feel like the upsides are a lot better than the downsides. However,
we do have to mention
the downsides sell.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear about the good reasons why you should live in a construction site. Everyone just wants to hear the bad reasons. You know what? Okay, if you do want to hear the good reasons, you can skip to the time that you're supposed to go to, and we'll tell you the positives. But yeah, let's start out with the negatives. Okay, so some things that you need to consider before living in a construction site. Water. So, we did not share this because you don't really share this, but I just want to let you guys know that we were without water.
For like a good 2 weeks.
No, for like a month. Right?
No, less.
No, it was a while.
It was almost a month, we'll say.
Yeah, almost a month without running water. So if you guys don't know what that means that in order to go to the washroom, you need to take a huge jug, like the 10-liter jugs or, smaller jugs.
10-gallon jugs, maybe.
And you need to fill the back of the toilet to flush.
Yeah, we ended up living as if we were on a campsite,
Yeah.
and we were very lucky that your brother lived nearby because we just had many of those big office cooler jugs.
Yeah.
So we filled up like 3 or 4 of those, and we filled them up every other day.
Yeah.
So that's how we washed our hands. That's how we brushed our teeth. That's how we clean dishes if we ever had dishes, or cook anything.
So we did have water for a while, and that is honestly hard, and I don't at least we're really lucky in the sense of we have a brand new home.
Yes.
It was a very it's shitty, literally,
but
it's kind of okay, this might be worth it.
And we're not really paying we're not paying the ever increasing price of utilities right now, so we're saving a lot of money by borrowing water.
But water's not expensive. So I guess that's one thing. We did not live with water for a little bit. Give me one moment. Okay, so the second thing would be we don't have a washer and dryer, and we still don't have a washer and dryer. So in order to do laundry, we need to go to a laundromat, which
usually isn't a problem, but we've never had that before, so that's a very new aspect to us. And the convenience of having your own washer and dryer is
people do not talk about the convenience of it. It's so convenient, especially being pregnant. I don't really have a lot of clothes, and I don't want to buy a lot of clothes. So for me, it doesn't really make sense to buy new clothes if I can just wash and re-wear the same leggings a whole bunch of times.
So rather than having laundry kind of take all day, but everything's at home, you actually have to dedicate
some time to
2
go
hours
there.
out of our day to go.
Yeah.
Which is fine for us right now because neither of us are at work right now.
Yes.
We're both
I'm
at home.
on mat leave. So yeah, so I guess that's one thing, but of course we could just install it, but that's something that is going to take just a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So I guess another thing would be the mud.
Oh my lord.
Now that it is starting to
Spring.
become spring,
Yeah.
we have a crazy amount of mud that we are not used to.
We just don't have any landscaping yet, so this was an open construction site and still is technically an open construction site for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So there's no grass, nothing. It's just mud and gravel. And a little bit of snow where we get a little bit of respite, and a little bit of concrete as well, right for our walkways. But, you let the dog out off leash and he runs and he decides to step in mud, and great, now you have to wash his paw every single time.
It's not too bad because we just tell him to go and run in the snow, and then it's fine.
But when the snow is gone, it's gonna be mud, and when it starts raining too.
Oh.
And I was thinking, like, do we just try getting like clover seeds, maybe, and plant clover in our place?
We are
or
doing that.
do we just get a little bit of turf?
But yeah, so we're not used to that, but I guess, like, honestly, the mud is what new homeowners, like no matter where you are, usually experience if you have a brand new build.
Where landscaping hasn't been done yet.
Yeah.
I am working on that idea.
So, yeah, the mud is something that we are definitely going through right now. And I got myself a new pair of
rain boots?
like rubber boots.
Yeah.
So I have like my small, like petite hunters.
Yeah, you did have a pair of hunters previously, but those were
Yeah, I gave those to your mom
because they were too tight around your calf.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so you definitely need rubber boots. Okay, so I guess another thing would be that the place is not finished.
Yeah.
Which is completely fine.
Yeah.
However, that means that we are constantly working on something.
Constantly
and
building something.
we're constantly building something. Although it's not like him and I, it's usually me and my dad that are building something.
Because I'm mostly usually doing everything else, like cooking and meal prepping.
Yeah.
Something that, which, you know what, we still have the ability to cook. We have water now, so we
Yeah.
can do all the dishes and everything.
We have a functioning kitchen.
But, you know, it'd be nice to also have like a dishwasher, our washer and dryer, but then also having like everything else done. But
Yeah.
we're working on it, and that's what's...
And it takes time. Everything takes time, and that's completely fine. The only reason why it's taking a lot longer than a normal house would take is because it's a single person. He you know, my dad, he's married, of course. He has kids and stuff. So he's not like single like that. Like
it's one singular worker.
It's one worker
Yeah.
who's working on 3 buildings that have the same square footage of a single family home.
It's a big place, I'll tell you that much.
It's very big, especially the middle unit. So, cause like it's a triplex, and he's working on all of it by himself, while trying to save money on materials. Because if you guys know, building a house is very expensive, and the materials start adding up very fast, like super fast. So you literally have to just go around hunting for like the stuff that you need, but you also don't want to pay full price on things, because like, okay, paying full price on maybe one house or one kitchen or some like a little set of tiles is fine, but for 3 places
it adds up.
And this does not include like the basement suites, so technically there's 6, but 3 places is a lot. So
3 places with in-law suites.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So those are kind of the main things about, you know, what's not the easiest about living in a construction site.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some pros. First
There's
off,
a lot of pros.
we get to have a little bit more selection in what's going on in this specific place that we're living in, because we're going to be living in it for the next little bit.
Yeah.
So we also get to have the satisfaction of putting a lot of the things together. Like, I've never done blinds before, but I installed the blinds that are just right here, and
Built the closet.
we built a closet.
I
doing
tiled the
shower.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. It was me and my dad. Whenever I say I, it's not just me by myself. Except for actually, no, my dad helped with the closet too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's really nice, and you get to learn, and you get to just kind of exist and figure it out. And it's all brand new, so it's all like super, like it's super nice. Like,
And the best part
that's
is
the nicest part.
Yeah, I honestly think the best part is that it gives us an idea of what we want in the future too.
Yeah.
Like, we can all kind of like mix and match what we think we like and what we don't like, and then it helps us actually learn.
And it gives us like a realistic understanding of the cost of building a house, and time, and like definitely it's eye-opening, because you're like, okay, you know, like this makes sense now. Like I get why. And the fact that like some people complain about charging their, I don't know, Tyler, for example, like $50 an hour. Oh my God, no. They need to be like, don't complain about them saying, oh, I need $50 an hour. Like, that's nothing. That is, for the amount of work and labor that I did, that is nothing.
Yeah. And
so
you're paying for knowledge as well. You're paying for people who are experienced and paying for people who are skilled. So do not take trade people for granted, because they
work hard.
They work hard, and doing it all yourself, it's not easy.
No, it's not. So
it's really not
be
easy.
nice to people who are, doing, like, you know what? I thought that I could do tiling. I figured out really fast that I cannot do tiling.
And you know what the best part about this place too is that despite us being even a construction site, we still have open air, we have all this light, and we're happier here in a construction site than we were at previous places because of just the lack of lighting.
Yeah.
Have been. Like, our first apartment was super dark. Our second apartment, like you guys
our second apartment was amazing.
Was super bright, and then the last place that we were just at was a little too dark for our liking, and so it had a huge effect on our mental health.
And we had no idea how much of an effect it had until we moved here. So yeah, here we have a lot of light. But yeah, that is it, because we don't want this to drag on. So hopefully you guys don't ever live in a construction site, but if you do,
it's not so bad.
It's not so bad.
You will survive, and that's the thing that people need to realize. We're humans.
Yeah.
We've lived through worse conditions.
Yeah.
We'll survive.
And honestly, people have lived through worse than we're living through.
Oh,
so we are very grateful that we have walls, water, heat, and flooring and everything. People live in their cars.
Could be worse.
So it could be worse.
Anyway, I hope you guys like it. Make sure you subscribe.
Oh yeah, and maybe next time we'll have a baby.
Maybe.
Who knows?
We'll see.
Bye guys.
Bye.